Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about exercise questions from the chapter 9 Force and Laws of Motion, page 128. First question is, an object experience a net zero external unbalanced force. Is it possible for the object to be traveling with a non-zero velocity? If yes, state the condition, and if no, provide a reason. This is the question. We know that according to Newton's second law, what is Newton's second law? According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So, if body experience zero unbalanced force, that is if F is equal to 0, A is equal to 0. Okay. Newton's second law അനുസരിച്ച് F ma ആണ്, F 0. If no external unbalanced force act, zero force act on is, then A must be 0. That it has no acceleration. Now according to Newton's first law, what is Newton's first law? According to Newton's first law, object continue its state of rest or motion unless an external force act on it. Is it? Object continue, that is F is equal to 0. Object continue its state of rest or uniform motion. Then what is the answer of this first question? That is, on object initially in the state of motion, it will continue to move in the same direction with the same speed. Okay. Then second question. Second question is, when a carpet is beaten with a stick, dust comes out of it. Explain. In this case, the carpet with the dust is in the state of rest. Okay, when carpet is beaten with a stick, then the carpet is in the state of motion. But initially carpet is in the state of rest. When we beaten it, what happened? Carpet is in the state of motion, but the dust is continuous state of rest. But initially carpet and dust are in the state of carpet and dust are in the state of rest. When beaten, what happened? Carpet in the state of motion, but dust in the state of rest. But dust has every object has a tendency to continue state of rest or motion, that is inertia. But due to the inertia of rest, the dust particle continue in the state of rest. So it fell down due to gravity. Okay. Then third question. Third question is, why is it advised to tie any luggage kept on the roof of a bus with a rope? അതായത് ബസ്സിന് മുകളിൽ വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ലഗേജ് കെട്ടിവെക്കണമെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇൻക്രീസിങ് ഓർ ഡിക്രീസിങ്, സംടൈംസ് ഇറ്റ് വിൽ സ്റ്റോപ്പ്, അല്ലേ? The luggages in the bus will resist any change in the state of rest or motion due to inertia. Every object has a tendency of inertia. So it has a tendency to fall sideways, forwards or backward depending upon the change of the bus. To avoid this fall, it must be tied with the rope. Okay. And then question number 4. Roll on a level ground. After covering a short distance, the ball comes to rest. The ball slows to a stop because എന്തായിരിക്കാം ആ ബോൾ സ്റ്റോപ്പ്. In this case, the ball is moving through the ground. So there is a opposing force existing between ground and ball. That opposing force is called the frictional force. But due to frictional force, it slow down and it come to rest. Our next question is question number 5. A truck starts from rest and roll down a hill with a constant acceleration. It travels a distance of 400 meters in 20 seconds. Find its acceleration and find the force acting on it. Mass is 7 ton. ഒരു ട്രക്ക് റെസ്റ്റിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു ഹില്ലിൽ നിന്ന് റോൾ ഡൗൺ ചെയ്യുക, ഉരുണ്ട് വരികയാണ് വിത്ത് കോൺസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് ആക്സിലറേഷൻ. ഇറ്റ് ട്രാവൽ 400 മീറ്റർ ഇൻ 20 സെക്കൻഡ്. അത് 20 സെക്കൻഡ് കൊണ്ട് 400 മീറ്റർ ട്രാവൽ ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇഫ് സോ ഫൈൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് ആക്സിലറേഷൻ ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ഫോഴ്സ് ആക്ട് ഓൺ ഇറ്റ്സ്. ഓക്കെ. Firstly, we can write the given data. What are the given there? To start from rest. So we can write initial velocity u equal initial velocity u equal 0. Okay. It will travel 400 meter in 20 seconds. So we can write the distance travel s equal 400 meter and time taken for traveling this distance t equal 20 seconds. We want to find acceleration and also force act on it. Acceleration A and we want to find force F. Okay, but here in the data we know S, U, T and A. Which equations of the motion can be used to solve this problem? The relation connecting S, U, T and A are S is equal to ut plus half at square. In this equation, only A is unknown, so we can find the value of A. Then substitute all the values. But it says 400 equal u 0 ana, so this term becomes 0 plus half into A is unknown, T 20 ana, 20 the whole square. That is 400 equal 20 the whole square equal, that also 20 into 20, that also 400. Like 400 A divided by 2, or what is A? Then A equal 2 into 400 divided by A kanamdi. If 2 is moving to this side, then 2 into 400 divided by this 400 is going to the numerator, divided by 400. Then 400 and 400 cancel, then we will get 2. So acceleration is equal to 2 meter per second square. Okay, then we got the acceleration. Then next we want to find force. F. What is the force equation to find force? F is equal to ma. What is the mass here? Here mass is 7 ton. So we can write mass m equal 7 ton. 7 ton. 1 ton is 1000 kilogram. 1 ton equal 1000 kilogram. So it is equal to 7 into 1000 kilogram. So F is equal to 7 into 1000 into 2, which is equal to 14,000 Newton. Unit of force is Newton. So acceleration is 2 meter per second square and force equal 14,000 Newton. Next question is question number 6. A stone of 1 kilogram is thrown with a velocity of 20 meter per second across a frozen surface of a lake and come to rest after traveling a distance of 50 meter. What is the force of friction between the stone and ice? What is the force of friction between stone and ice? Okay, ഒരു സ്റ്റോൺ ഒരു ഫ്രോസൺ സർഫസിൽ കൂടി മൂവ് ടു ഡൗൺ ആൻഡ് കം ടു റെസ്റ്റ്. Okay, we want to find force of friction. So firstly we can write the given data. Firstly, let's say given data as here mass of the stone. So firstly we can write mass of the stone. Let's say mass of the stone. Mass of the stone M is equal to 1 kilogram. Okay. Then after, initially it is moving with a velocity 20 meter per second. So initial velocity is noted by the letter U. Initial velocity U equal, what is your U? 20 meter per second. And it travel a distance S equal 50 meter. Then after it come to rest. Then come to rest is final velocity V equal 0. We want to find force. F. For finding force, we know that force F is equal to MA. M is given but A is unknown. So firstly we want to find A. Here we know U, V, S. These three terms we can know. So what is the equation connecting S, U, V and A? What is the equation? It is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Is it? That is, from here we can find V is known, U known value and S is another known value here. Here A is only unknown. So we can firstly substitute the values. What is V here? We become 0. So 0 equal, 0 square is equal to 0. Then U 20 square plus 2 into A into S 50. That is, it can be written as 20 square number 400 plus 5 into 50 into 2 100 A. 400 plus 100 A. This can be written as 100 A is equal to minus 400. 400 is moving to this side, right hand side, it will become negative. Then 100 A is equal to 400. Then A is equal to minus 400 divided by 100. That is, which is equal to minus 4 meter per second square. But minus sign shows that the velocity is decreasing. Then we can find the force. Force F is equal to, that is force of friction. Force of friction F is equal to MA, which is equal to 1 kilogram into minus 4 meter per second square. That is, it is equal to minus 4 Newton. But in this case, what is the force of friction between the object is minus 4 Newton. Okay. Next question is question number 7. A 8,000 kilogram engine pull a train of 5 wagons, each of 2,000 kilogram, along a horizontal track. If the engine exerts a force of 40,000 Newton and frictional force 5,000 Newton, calculate the net accelerating force and acceleration of the train. Okay, firstly we can write the given data. Here 5 wagons are there. Each wagon has 2,000 kilogram. Each wagon has 2,000 kilogram weight. This also 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wagons are. Each wagon has 2,000 kilogram weight. And engine 8,000 kilogram. Here engine 8,000 kilogram. But we know that the net accelerating force the train is moving to the track, so frictional force also acting there. So the net accelerating force, net accelerating force it is equal to the force exerted by the train minus frictional force. Here what is the force exerted by the train? That is, force exerted by the train is given in the question. It is 40,000 Newton. The force exerted by the train is 40,000 Newton minus frictional force between the train and the track is 5,000 Newton. So the net accelerating force acting on that train is 35,000 Newton. But net accelerating force is 35,000 Newton. Due to this force, the train is accelerating. So what is the how can find the acceleration? Acceleration another, then we can write acceleration A is equal to F divided by M. F divided by M. Here F 35,000 Newton divided by, then mass. What is the mass? Total mass here. Here 5 wagons are there and 1 engines are there. Then what is the total mass? Total mass M equal 5 into 2000 plus then engine mass also 8,000. Then what is that? 18,000. 18,000 kilogram is the mass of the total mass of the train and wagon. Total mass of the train. So what is the acceleration here? So acceleration A is equal to F divided by M is equal to 35,000 divided by 18,000. Okay, which is equal to 1.944 meter per second square. And this is the acceleration of the train. Okay. Next question is question number 8. An automobile vehicle has a mass of 1,500 kilogram. What must be the force between the vehicle and the road if the vehicle is to be stopped with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square. An automobile vehicle has mass is given 1,500 kilogram and we want to find the force of friction between the road and the vehicle, and its acceleration is negative acceleration. So its acceleration A is equal to minus 1.7 meter per second square. So we can write the given data. For first one, the mass is given. So we can write mass M equal 1,500 kilogram. Okay. Acceleration A equal negative acceleration. So we can write minus 1.7 meter per second square. We want to find frictional force. It's a direct question. So frictional force F is equal to MA, which is equal to 1,500 kilogram into minus 1.7 meter per second square, which is equal to minus 2,550 Newton. Okay, and this force between vehicle and road, which is equal to minus 2,550 Newton. Question number 10. Using a horizontal force 200 Newton, move a wooden cabinet across the floor at a constant velocity. What is the friction force that will be exerted on the cabinet? Okay. In this case, a wooden cabinet is there. We are applying a force from here. This is the applied force. Applied force is 200 Newton. 200 Newton force is applied from here. Then when this object is moving, this cabinet is moving in this direction with uniform velocity V. When we applied a force on here, a frictional force is act opposite to the applied force. Okay, frictional force is acting opposite to the applied force. Then, if applied force is the first case, we are applying force on this cabinet, then applied force is less than the frictional force, then this object is not moving. For moving this object, we must be applied a force greater than we must be overcome the frictional force. That is, when this applied force is equal to frictional force, what happens? It start to move with the uniform velocity. Here, in the first condition, it is at rest. When applied force is equal to the frictional force, what happens? This object move with the uniform speed. Uniform speed. If applied force is greater than the frictional force, applied force is greater than the frictional force, the object is moving with the acceleration. That is, its velocity is increases. It is in the accelerated motion. Okay. In this question, it is asking, it is moving with the uniform speed. For in this case, if the object is moving with the uniform speed, the applied force must be equal to the frictional force. But here, within the applied force 200 Newton, this cabinet is moving with the uniform speed. It means that the frictional force acting on this cabinet and the floor is equal to 200 Newton. But here frictional force is equal to, in this question, the frictional force is equal to applied force, that is equal to 200 Newton. Okay, got it? Question number 11 is, two objects, each of mass 1.5 kilograms, are moving in the same straight line but opposite direction. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision and they stick together. What will be the velocity of the combined object after collision? Okay, but two objects of masses 1.5 kilogram moving with the velocity 2.5 meter per second in same straight line but in opposite direction. Then definitely it will collide each other. Then after collision, it is stick together and then what happens to its velocity? Okay. In this case, two objects are moving in same straight line but in opposite direction. Its mass is same ആണ് m1 and m2 എന്ന് എടുത്താൽ m1 is equal to m2 is equal to 1.5 kilogram and v1 is equal to v2 is equal to in opposite direction. So we can write v1 is equal to 2.5 meter per second and v2 is equal to minus 2.5 meter per second. But m1 is moving with the velocity v1, m2 is moving with the velocity v2. Okay, then these two objects collide each other. So we know that in the case of collision, according to law of conservation of momentum, what is law of conservation of momentum? According to law of conservation of momentum, total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. Okay, according to law of conservation of momentum, total momentum total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. Then what is the total momentum before collision? Before collision, its momentum is moving, both the objects are moving. Total momentum is momentum of the first object. Momentum, mass into velocity. So m1 v1 plus second object in the momentum m2 v2, which is equal to momentum after collision. After collision, it is stick together. So stick together means total momentum is m1 plus m2. m1 plus m2, and all together it is moving with the velocity v. We want to find the velocity of the both object after collision. So firstly we can substitute these values here. Here m1 equal 1.5. So we can substitute 1.5 into v1 2.5 plus m2 same mass as 1.5 into v2 minus 2.5 equal m1 plus m2, that is 1.5 plus 1.5 into v. Okay, so here what is, look here 1.5 into 2.5, 1.5 into 2.5 minus 1.5 into 2.5. Here one minus sign is there, which is equal to 3v. But this is equal to 0. That is v is equal to 0. It means that after collision, it stopped there. It is not moving. Okay. The velocity of the two objects after collision, it is become 0.